this video, we will learn how to replace the belts on a USA Upstack validator. You will need a 3/16 inch nut driver, a 1/4 inch nut driver, a small screwdriver, and a pair of scissors. We suggest you order the part number shown on the screen for the complete validator parts kit to do this job. Start with the validator face down on the bench as shown, with the belt kit next to it to facilitate ease of use. Take a small screwdriver and remove the 4 screws from the bezel as shown. After removing the 4 screws, you will set the validator upright and remove the bezel as shown in the video. Here you go, just pull it off gently. Now use your small screwdriver to gently pull the control board cover from the validator and set aside as shown. Place the validator on its back and gently pry the control board away from the body of the validator. It should snap easily out of place as shown. Raise the control board up and pull the harnesses off the connectors on the control board. Set the control board aside for later use. We will now take a 3/16 or 1/4 inch nut driver depending on the unit and remove the front screw on each side of the validator as shown in the video. After removing both screws, set the validator up and pull the stacker assembly out as shown. It should easily remove from the validator. Scissors and gently cut the belts on each side as shown in the video and pull them gently away from the stacker area. Next you will need a small screwdriver to remove the shaft from the pulley in the bottom of the stacker mechanism. It's a very easy removal. No E-ring, retaining clip, or anything. All you need is a point of a small screwdriver pressed gently on the shaft to remove it as illustrated in this video. Just do the same thing on both sides to remove both pulleys. Take the new belt, place it around the existing pulley and the small drive pulley at the bottom. Get it ready in position to replace the old pulley. Notice the pulley has a flange on the inside that goes towards the inside of the validator. The small protrusion towards the inside. Place the pulley back in its position. Take the shaft, place it back in the hole. The shaft has a small flat that lines up with the D-type slot on the inside of the validator. Make sure the shaft is fully inserted on both sides. Repeat on both sides. You now have a complete stacker assembly with new belts ready to assemble back in the validator at a later time. To the main validator body, place it upright as shown. We're going to replace the drive belts. Turn it upside down, open the stacker, and open the validator to expose the drive belts that are around the small little white pulleys at the top. The belts are located around 3 small pulleys at the bottom of the validator. All you must do is now gently grasp the belt and slide them off the pulleys as shown. You will then take your scissors and cut the old belt off. When replacing the new belt, you must snap it around the small metal protrusion. Press gently and snap it into place as shown. We'll repeat that. Push the belt down and gently pull it into place, and just place it over the existing pulleys as shown. Repeat the same procedure on both sides of the validator and replace both drive belts. Now is a good time to do preventive maintenance. Grab a swab and take some denatured alcohol and dip the swab in the denatured alcohol. With the swab, proceed up to the small indentations in the bottom of the validator, which are LEDs, and just rotate back and forth to clean the dirt off the lens which is in there. As you can see, there's a lot of dirt. Repeat on this other side, same small indentations, and clean the dirt away. This will help acceptance immensely. We are now ready to reassemble the validator. Just take the validator and close the bottom portion as shown. Close the stacker, set on its back. We're putting the stacker back in. Make sure the harnesses are completely out of the way. Slide the pulleys as shown into the bottom and snap into place. We will repeat that one more time to show you, to make sure these harnesses are out of the way. Put the pulleys in and snap down as shown. Now you will take the nut driver, either 3/16 or 1/4 inch, and replace the 2 screws at the top front of the validator on both sides as shown. At this point, we will be replacing the control board. Take the validator, set it on its back, line the control board up as shown. Take your time and gently plug the harnesses in the prospective sockets from which they came. Take your time, make sure that you do not bend any pins. It's best to work from the bottom of the validator as shown, around in a circular motion, and plug in the large harness last. After the last harness is plugged in, you can notice the small holes at the top will show a little red dot if the harnesses are properly seated, as shown there. in the video. We are now ready to reseat the board with the white tabs on the small pins located within the validator body. It snaps in very gently and very easily. Just take the board and set it down on the pins within the validator. Press it down gently. As you can see here, we're unaligned. We can just lift it up and reseat it gently in its place. Once the board is reseated, take the bezel, snap it back into place. It just sits down on the front of the validator. Take the control board cover, snap that gently back into place. Now we'll just turn the validator over and set it nose down and replace the 4 bezel screws that we had removed at the beginning of this movie. On some validators there is a ground wire coming from the motor, which is mounted to various screws on the side. In this case it was mounted to the bezel screw, which is where we will remount it at this time. Make sure all ground wires are grounded under a screw. It's very important. Now we'll take the existing ground wire that we had removed earlier and place it on the final screw on the validator. Make sure you ground your unit in the machine to remove static. We've now replaced all belts on the USA Upstack. We hope you've enjoyed this video and it has made it easy to replace the belts. Thank you for using CoinValParts.com.